Super Mario Brothers movie continues to dominate at the box office. It continues to dominate at the box office. I did my review for the movie. Be sure to check that out when you get a chance to. I went over everything I thought was good and whatever things I had to say about the movie. I went over it, but overall, I think it's a fantastic movie for everybody. Whether you're a fan of the video game, if you're a fan of the video game, you're really going to love it. If you're not a fan of the video game, it's just a fun family movie that everybody could enjoy. But with that being said, of course, there are those who have a problem with it. Because why not? You look at Rotten Tomatoes here with Super Mario Brothers movie, a 96% audience score, over 10,000 verified ratings for it, but when the critics give it a 57%. This is pretty much indicative of the fact that the critics when it comes to those who are movie critics and think it's pretty much dead now. Nobody trusts these people anymore, and rightfully so, because they no longer give movies honest reviews. It's more about shilling to whatever company is willing to give them tote bags, or who wants to just promote a bunch of garbage. Like I say many times before, when it comes to this thing, you don't have to like me. You don't have to like what I have to say. But I can tell you one thing for certain. I will always tell you, I'll always give you an honest review, honest opinion, honest views on everything. Whether you like it, whether you like a movie, don't like a movie, I will tell you my honest take on what I saw, on why I like it, why I may not like it. That is how I operate. You understand me? I make sure that when you come here, you get honesty. This is in regards to, so when you see these things here, that a 96% audience score, because the fans love it. I saw the movie. I thought it was really good. It's really good. One of the best animated movies I've seen. It doesn't have to go down any kind of garbage shoot. It does what it's supposed to, and it's really good. But of course, the critics have to give it a 57%, because that is what they do. But regardless of what the critics may say or may not say, Super Mario Brothers movie box office, all the records it smashed on opening weekend, and it has smashed quite a number of them. Let's get to it. And it says here that Super Mario Brothers, an animated adventure, the classic video game, crushed the competition with its jaw-dropping 204.6 million domestic and 377 million global debut over the long Easter weekend. So that's 5 days. It started from basically Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I mean, you could even count Monday as well. So yeah, it's a 6-day weekend. You understand me? It's dominated everything there. So let's look at some of the records it's broken, right? Domestic. This is for the United States. Highest grossing debut of 2023, surpassing Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania at 106.6 million. Now, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania has lost money. It has lost a lot of money. That movie was a massive flop. Massive flop. For one. Biggest 5-day Wednesday to Sunday opening of all time, overtaking 2009's Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen at 200 million. Right? Right. The only thing you have, what's it going? The highest grossing debut for Illumination, beating 2015's Minions and its 3-day opening weekend of 115.7 million. Second biggest debut ever for an animated movie, outpacing 2016's Finding Dory, and its 3-day opening weekend of 135.1 million, and following Incredibles 2 and its 3-day debut of 183 million. Alright? Highest grossing debut for a video game adaptation, outranking 2022's Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at 72.1 million. So it's beaten Sonic and as well. International. Biggest opening of 2023, ahead of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, not surprising. second biggest animated opening of all time, behind Frozen 2 at 228.2 million. Yeah, well, that's full time. I mean, it's going to it's most likely already past Frozen at this Frozen 2 at this point. And I saw Frozen 2, I thought it was okay, but I honestly I think that this Super Mario Brothers movie is much better. Biggest Illumination opening of all time, biggest video game opening of all time, global, biggest opening of 2023, bringing down Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. That was doomed to fail anyway. Highest Illumination opening of all time, passing 2023's Despicable Me 2. Biggest video game opening of all time, eclipsing 2016's Warcraft. Well, I think a lot of people went to Warcraft thinking it would have been much better than it actually was. Highest animated opening weekend ever for IMAX with 21.6 million. Now, that last one there with IMAX is really important because, it's not just, that shows it's not just children watching this show. It's not just pretty much anybody under the age of 60 at this point knows about Super Mario Brothers, has played or something like that. Right, and the fact that it is the highest animated opening weekend ever for IMAX. Most parents are not going to shell out that extra $10 to $20 to go to IMAX with their children to watch it. So it's mostly adults going to watch this because, like I said, it's a fun movie. If you're a fan of the video games, you will enjoy it. If you're just a fan of good movies, you will enjoy it. So it's breaking records, it's doing damn good. And it's not only that, because Super Mario Brothers Moolah Monday, 20 million plus reps record for Illumination movie. So as of Monday now, it's gone past 20 million, right? The Easter holiday weekend may be over, but that didn't mean it was game over for Illumination and Universal Super Mario Brothers movie, which clocked a fantastic 20.1 million on Monday. That figure is easily the best Monday at the box office ever for an Illumination title, beating out the 19.6 million earned by Sing on December 26, 2016. Monday was a rich day for moviegoers and a good chunk of K-12 schools, 40% of for spring break down for on Good Friday. Collins on break yesterday repped 10% down from Friday's, right? So it's mega lot of money. The 6-day running total on Super Mario Brothers is 224.7 million. It would not be shocking, especially how Universal has kept these families' picks as wide releases for several months, right? So Super Mario Brothers going to hit 500 million at the end of its domestic run, right? It's getting off the. I've even heard some reports say that Super Mario Brothers could very well end up making well over $1 billion. The a lot of people are saying it's going to make over $1 billion. Some people are saying that collectively from everything associated with the movie, that the entire franchise could end up making something like about over $3 billion. It's possible. I don't want to quote and say, well, yeah, it's going to be like that, but it's looking like this is going to be a record. We're not looking like it is already a record-breaking movie. And I, for one, am really happy that, we're getting solid, good entertainment to be happy about, to enjoy. That's what we're looking for. Now, of course, as I said earlier, there are people who have a problem with it. Why? Because everything is a problem for them, right? Everything is a problem for them. It's not woke enough, it's not this enough, not that enough, all kind of nonsense. Let me show you this one here, this article from Polygon. This is why this site is such nonsense. 1993 Super Mario Brothers is so much better than the new animated movie. The live-action Mario movie was a lot of money, was safe, made for 20, and a lot more. The live-action Mario movie was weird, gross, and risky, and a lot more fun than the safe, faithful 2023 version. That is crap. That is absolute crap. That 1993 Super Mario Brothers movie was just, for lack of a better word, terrible. It was terrible. It was terrible. But here you are trying to say that it was better than, this animated movie that is breaking records and raking in money. And why? Let me get to the part I want to talk about in this where they literally show themselves here. Right, this last part here. Right, this is what they say here. The Last of Us adaptation soared when it embraced new possibilities, such as its rewriting of Bill and Frank's relationship. Seeing an adaptation that's almost completely identical to what came before, or worse, even more boring and flat than what came before, raises the question of why any studio would bother to adapt anything at all. You see, that right there shows the level of moronicness these people have. People want what has been adapted, they want it just that. And this is why, I said before, this is why manga and anime continue to cut Western animation and comics backside. Because people, the anime sells the manga sells the anime. People look at it, embrace what's there, like what it is, and this is what they want to see adapted. But you all don't see that as far as you're concerned, unless you don't gay up and LGBT up and queer up everything. That's not good enough. And when people walk away from it, you decide to turn around now and call them one of the nastiest names possible, while acting like if you're the victim. Continue on. Without something new to say, some new aesthetic or vision to add to the table, there's no point other than grabbing easy cash without undergoing the burden of actually reimagining a popular franchise for a new setting. It's a popular franchise. It's done the way it's done. It's a story for it. Do it that way. Look at The Witcher. They decided to change things in that. Henry Cavill was the only one speaking up against it and saying, no, it needs to remain faithful what it was. They had a damn problem with him and wanted to get rid of him. He left, and now the showrunner had to come out and literally beg people to come back. And what did we get? Blood Origin, which showed exactly the Witcher series that they wanted to make. They weren't interested in adapting anything. So I keep saying they just want the name. That's all that they want. Once they could get the name, they could just destroy anything and smile. Now listen to this part here. If you don't care to see a wider and more creative vision of Mario as Super Mario Bros. Attempted in 1993, then just buy a copy of Super Mario Odyssey and play that instead. It will provide the same amount of entertainment as the Super Mario Bros. Movie. And then some, because Mario can wear a wedding dress in that game. It's cute and it's more subversive than anything that happens in either Mario movie adaptation. So if Mario doesn't wear a dress, as a brother, no, okay, to be fair, in the game, Mario does wear Peach wedding dress, but it's not meant to be progressive, not meant to be signaling anything like that. It's just done for fun. That's the only thing. It's done for fun. Whether it's just done for fun. That's the only reason it was included. But in this article, these lunatics are saying that, you know what? If Mario doesn't wear a dress, that's not right. So in the movie, right? In the Super Mario Bros. Movie that is outright on this crushing records and making money, Bowser should have been trying to marry Mario. That's what should have happened. Mario should have been the one in the dress going to marry Bowser, and then Peach should have rushed in and saved him. That's what they like. And these people wonder why nobody takes their crap seriously, when nobody listens to them. One last thing I want to touch on here, because in regards to this, people are also up in arms about Chris Pratt. As usual, our master of the TDS says here, with the success of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, of course some people who hate Chris Pratt will again try to spread false narratives about him being phobic and racist. Right? Hollywood has a vendetta against anyone who expresses certain religious beliefs. Shocker. Yeah, this is what some of them had to say. Even if Chris Pratt wasn't an absolute shitbag of a human, I would still be pissed about them casting him as Mario. It's such a big spit in the face to Charles Martinet and other voice actors. With a lack of representation and Chris Pratt not being a good human being, I'm good. This is exactly where it rubs me, where to see people claiming Chris Pratt redemption arc. I mean, these people have a problem with Chris Pratt because he's a Christian, and now apparently Christianity is the worst religion in the world. And they're also upset that, you know what, there's no representation in this movie. Because this is why you don't listen to these people. They were never going to see the movie to support anything. They just need they just need some kind of outlet to just carry on and make more noise. Because, you know, I think it's absolutely hilarious that I have seen almost zero Chris Pratt specific promo for this movie on my social media. I can't tell if it's because I've curated well or their marketing people know he's toxic. And let me address that. Chris Pratt actually came out and talked about the movie, and all he said was that he encouraged fans to watch the movie, says that it's really good. That's it. He did not attack fans. He did not tell you that, listen, you're a horrible human being if you don't want to watch this movie. He didn't tell you about, you know what, we have so much representation. There's 4 or 5 gay kisses, all of the things. No. And that is what they are upset with. He came out, he spoke about it, he said only that, you know, it's a good movie, he encouraged you to watch it. He was respectful to the fans. People are going to watch the movie, and they're most likely even going back to watch it again. Yeah, they go next one. I've seen a lot of we owe Chris Pratt an apology. So we do soon. No, we don't. He did a lot better than I expected as Mario, but I still don't respect him for what he did to Anna Faris said. I don't know. And Chris Pratt's track record, I think he called Luigi. Yeah. Telling these people, and they just continue on more here. Chris Pratt, part of a church that supports conversion therapy. I mean, these people are just disturbed in their minds and don't want to admit that they clearly have a problem. And while they're out here making idiots of themselves, Super Mario Brothers is raking in money, smashing records, and doing better. So yeah, I think that we will get a season. I mean, we will get a second movie for it. And if they continue this trend, it will continue to make a lot more money. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. If you have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.